Possibilities are endless.
Hey,
I'm Courtney.
Hi, my name is Carlos.
hi, John here.
Hi, my name is Intaxo.
Hey, I'm Pashita.
Hey, I'm Pierre.
Hey, Ivan Miranda here.
Hey, Prasha.
Whether you start from zero, you're a creator, or a business owner,
3D printing and content creation.
Today, 3D printing is a revolution, and with CAD, we can do whatever we want.
When I find an interesting collaboration, what grabs me, someone who comes to me with a unique, interesting problem and a couple of ideas for a solution.
And I just wanted to talk about filament.
I really enjoy photography, I really enjoy videography and motion graphics.
I like long walks on the beach, jet engines, rocket engines, piston engines, any kind of engine really, and also 3D printing. And remember, tomatoes are disgusting.
Make your ideas real. Welcome, everyone. Very warm good morning. I'm blessed that you all are here. I can't believe that something that started as an idea 3 years ago is now coming together and alive in Amsterdam. So thank you so much for being here again. I am hosting here and there throughout the day, but not only alone, and I have a beautiful company with me. Give it up for Pooch, Alan Puccinelli.
First time in Amsterdam? For me, beautiful city, honored to be here. I just have to say, I am so excited about this conference. I go to a lot of events. So my name is Alan Puccinelli. I have a little company called Repcord, but I also work for Prusa 3D. We're honored to have Prusa here. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for making the trip out here. This is just amazing. I sat with Janos. I just want to tell you guys a little bit about the origin story, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do here today.
Should we sit down for that?
Do you want to sit down?
Will it be a long story?
It's not going to be a long story. I don't tell long stories. 3 years ago, Janos approached a group of creators, and many, raise your hand if you're in that room with us. We sat down for a dinner. I don't know, our creators are all scattered throughout. So we're so happy that you guys are here and we've seen this through. I have to ask you, is it surreal for it to take that long and then you're here now?
I'm still searching for the right words to express my feelings about this. It's hard to explain that something that came up as an idea of hey, we need to bring creators together, learn from each other, sharing their experiences and what they do and what they want to do and how they evolve their business or their 3D printing experiences and so on. And I'm always telling the joke that someone was asking, what if we do an event like this and I just wanted to order some beer? So I sat in the restaurant and I raised my hand. They were like, okay, Janos, you do it. Yeah. So, now we're here.
Careful what you volunteer for, as they say. So just to give you guys a sense of what to expect today, this is going to be very much what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. I do a lot of events that are much more fair-centric, walk around, look at the booths and stuff. We do have a little bit of that. We're very honored to have some sponsors here showing off. Please make sure that you go out, engage with them. But really, we want this to be an opportunity for you guys to learn, to network with each other, and just enjoy your time here. It's just really, really neat to see how this has all come together. So let's get one more round of applause for Janos here for actually putting this all together. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I believe we've got such an amazing schedule of speakers today. So I'm glad you guys are all here. We're going to learn. We're going to meet each other and network and just have a blast. Would you do the honor of bringing out our first keynote speaker.
I have to look through my smartphone because I lost the questions that I wanted to ask somehow. No, I didn't, but...
You have them. Well, would you like me to introduce him while you're doing it?
Should I? Should I?
I think you should.
I mean, he's one of the nicest guys I know, and also one of those guys who started everything. I think we are all here because of him.
If anybody has been in 3D printing for any period of time, you are absolutely familiar with this individual. It has been my personal honor to call him a friend for a long time. But he has been around almost from the very beginning, and we are so excited to have him here today. Mr. Josef Prusa, please come up to the stage. You can have your choice. We'll have Janos here.
Thank you for having me.
Hey! How are you?
As you mentioned, the long time I've been in 3D printing, I was counting it just a couple of weeks ago, and it is 16 years.
16.
Yes.
That's something.
That's amazing.
Almost half my life.
Almost.
Has anybody else here been doing this for 16 years? No? Yeah, okay, a couple.
Good.
Oh, there's
all right.
That's cool.
Good.
And who got the first Prusa printer? Or one of the first Prusa?
Oh, wow, okay. OGs, as we say.
What do you mean by the first one? Like
the Mark 1?
The Mark 1, there was like the original Prusa Simplified Mendel. That was the first one I released with printed PLA bushings, stuff like that. Did someone have that?
No, not here. Oh, there's one. Oh, two. We got two.
Okay, we need to meet after.
Okay, so I prepared some questions. And talking about community-driven things, like you started out of the thought of creating a community, right? So an open source printer that everyone can build.
So at the very beginning, you know, it just became my hobby, and I was completely obsessed by it. But at the very beginning, there was a small community. There was a small community, especially on IRC, and the bigger community formed around it. Mm. But yeah, with open source, right? We shared everything, and that kind of is a little bit toned down now, especially what is happening recently. We've had to limit the stuff what we share. But good thing is that we found ways how to share more again. Mm. But basically, why we had to do this in the first place? It actually got quite hostile with new wave of 3D printing patents. And I think a good example is that we are now working on a successor to our MMU systems. Mm-hmm. And you know, we've brought out the MMU1 and MMU2. These two systems which were picked out by other companies. And now when we are working on new one, there is basically everything around our open source innovations we put out for everyone. Yeah. It is just patent minefield.
So when you talk about community, and I hear so many times that it's community driven still, what role does the community still plays in development when you go into new models or new?
If I can continue a little bit
sure,
to get to how we will be able to share more. But as I was speaking about the patents, you know, like 5 years ago, there was like 10 new patent applications in 3D printing industry. Mm-hmm. And nowadays it is up to 800. And it all started in 2021, the first time we noticed that 3D printing is a strategic industry in China. Yeah. And all the subsidies started, and this is tied to that. And so basically, I think, unfortunately, like the open source ship has sailed away a long time ago, or roughly 5 years ago. And the GPL licensing the RepRap community was using mainly is really not suitable for that, because even if you try to protect something, once you release it under GPL, you give away the rights for any of your IP, which is included in that.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy to say that that we are working on a new license which solves most of these things, and we can have control of the stuff we will be putting out, and this means that we will be able to share again, like huge portions of our machines.
So that almost answers the question, right? So you're still very community driven. You listen to the community and you want to share with the community.
Yes. Because I think as I see it, and what is the biggest thing right now, is for people to be able to mod the machines, to be able to repair them, to be able to improve them.
Yeah, that's cool. Which current 3D printing trends do you think are overrated, or which ones are underrated? Is there something that you have in mind?
So, I think a little bit overrated today is really the multicolor printing. It looks nice, you see it all everywhere, but once you get to the practical stuff, it fades away. And I think underrated. Let me put it differently. I think we still need to do some work to get people comfortable with using other materials than just PLA and PETG.
Yeah.
Because there is just hundreds and hundreds of materials which are completely untapped.
So you're also talking like the self-distinguishing material that you came out with, and.
I'm not trying to plug my filaments into it, but all the other materials like ASAs, polycarbonates. But there was just a couple of weeks ago, like the filaments which morph with heat and stuff like that. So that is what I think is underrated.
Okay, so. Are there any plans, because when you say Prusa, when you hear Prusa, you always think of 3D printing. Are there any plans of like going into different directions with maybe CNC machining, SLS printing, metal printing? Are there thoughts, are there plans? Can you like give us a glimpse of it?
Yes.
Thank you. That's good. Do you still actually get into 3D printing? Do you have the time to 3D print by yourself?
Yes, I do. I have actually, before the new machines go out, I have them at home, and I print a lot of time on them, and all those crazy speed benches and stuff like that. Yeah. I do the G codes, and right now I have at home. 2 core ones in various stages of prototype. One is very early one, and almost the production ready. Then I have HT90. Who has HT90 at home?
Okay.
You call your work home. And 5.2 XL.
Okay.
And cool. Yeah, but I have to have that. I have to have my machines in my tiny room, which was dedicated to my print stuff.
Okay.
Now with family, it's.
So you're not allowed to have it somewhere else. Even the bamboo's core one.
What?
Like we saw that bamboo styled with bamboo double O.
Oh yes.
The core one on the Form Next. That would be a perfect living room.
It is.
Right?
It is funny because during testing, the bamboo as a material didn't turn out to be very.
I have to say that. Right?
Very reliable. So it is now made from hardwoods.
Okay, cool. But will it actually be a product? Like, will I be at some point able to order it?
Yes.
Awesome. When?
Yes. But it was very funny actually. I think I can tease that because of that we said like, hey, but our printers actually look quite nice, so we submitted them, and we got Red Dot Design Awards
For that one?
For 2 machines, and it's not that one, because that one, it needs to be a product which is
It needs to be a product, okay. Well, cool. Congrats.
Yes.
What's the weirdest or funniest mod that you saw on a Prusa printer?
The one which I keep the closest to my heart is, shame I didn't send it to you, so we cannot show it. It's called Original Prusa Made. It is done by Neil 3D Printing, or Neil 3D Prints. It's on printables, and it basically converts Prusa Mini with some parts that it looks like a cartoon character. It has like little boots, eyes, and everything, and it's super nice. It's super nice, and the printer still works.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Josef, thank you so much for being here. You will also be here for the next 2 days, right? So you will have the chance to talk with Josef, ask him questions whenever he wants to answer them. If he answers with yes, you need to go with that.
Shame we didn't have more time. I have plenty more to say.
What? Sure. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me more. Is there are there any new products that we don't know about? I know the answer will be yes. That's why.
Doesn't have
yes.
a finger.
No, but I think from the topics you sent me, what I found interesting, what I don't get to talk about much is where the desktop 3D printing is heading.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I accidentally went over that question.
Like 5 questions.
Wait.
No.
Yeah, so the question would be, where do you see desktop 3D printing heading? More towards plug and play or still DIY driven? I think that's a very important question because you are always like DIY driven first, right?
I think that is a little bit of misconception for quite some time. I would say the fact that we enable DIY doesn't mean that we are driven by DIY. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, we are all in our little bubble of the online communities, and that kind of skews the view on the market. It seems like everyone is tweaking the printers and everything like that. But usually, especially if you are talking about the companies using the machines, they do not share anything.
Yeah.
Right. And in our community, what we see online, I would say we can divide it into 2 groups. Well, in the hobby segment, and one is where 3D printing is your hobby, and the second one where 3D printers is your hobby.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm definitely the 3D printers is a hobby.
Yeah.
And from that point of view. I think it really never, except the very, very early beginnings, it was just about the DIY. So definitely, everything I would say the hardware and like the software under it is pretty much there. I think we are at the 80% where we can get it. The rest, the 20%, will take 80% of the time, right? And now it is what we need to do as an industry to make it as easy as possible for everyone to pick up and use. You know, I'm very proud about the Easy Print we released. That we have amazing feedback on that, because you can just I call it couch slicing.
Yeah.
when you are watching something with your saw on a sofa, and you think, I wanted to start that print, so you can slice it on the phone and send it there. And if I'm to talk about where I see this going, I would say it is. It will be interesting because there were a lot of loss leading machines. The super small size. But now especially with, for example, the new Elegoo which came out, which makes a lot of companies in China scared because they are partially owned by government. They made the like 250 cubed fast XY style of machine, which was the main part of the businesses. They put that segment into the loss leading two. So what I think will happen that most of the companies will focus much less on this, I would say, bread and butter machines, and they will try to go to the higher end machines. And if we have someone from the industrial 3D printing here, I would say get ready, because you know what happened in the desktop 3D printing, right? We are the last company in the West which can make any significant number of machines which people can actually afford.
Yeah.
And I think that is a topic which is not talked that much about, because 3D printing, we all have our use cases in our community, but from like the strategic standpoint of well-being of Europe and US, 3D printing is used and is absolutely vital for new IP creation, and we need to have companies remaining here, so we are not like fully dependent or hand over this industry just to China.
Sure. I mean, we will not get any political here, but you see prices rising right now in the United States, so people cannot afford those cheap printers as before. So I think it's crucial to have like production in Europe, where it's like, okay, we have open borders, we have the possibilities, and we have someone in place who's making the printers on site.
Yeah. I mean, the open borders, open market, everything is nice, but sometimes the free market is more free for someone else. When the new tariffs in the US came into play, the difference between the EU and Chinese tariffs would actually around like unskew how the market is subsidized. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it is not good long term, because if everything has this huge tariff, that would mean it's called consumer confidence, and especially for the part of the customers, our community. The 3D printer is a luxury item, so if you are struggling to make your ends meet, you are not buying a 3D printer, right?
Yeah, sure.
So,
going back, because you talked about kits versus already built printers. There was a saying in the 3D printing bubble when I joined, where always people said, if you never build a Prusa MK3 by yourself, you don't know how a printer works. Do you see it the same way? Because I look at printers different because I built them.
I vouch that we will always have a couple of machines as kits in our lineup.
Yeah.
This never goes away, and even though it is incredibly important for the education of young people who aspire to be engineers, that is the most magical Lego set you can get. But what I find interesting, even big companies buy kit, and the split is like they buy 50 Core 1s and get one Core 1 kit on the side. And the guy who will run the farm,
he has to build it first.
Assembles the kit, and then they run.
So they can refer to him everything if something went wrong. It's like, you build one.
Yeah, and with the Core 1, I'm super happy about how it turned out. That we've been able to do the form factor everyone is asking for, while retaining the ease of repairability, and that we can do it in kit form, and found a way how to make it buildable you know how much pain it is to build for example Core XY from the extrusions.
Yeah. Talking about kits, do you see like is it still a thing that people buy even the XL as a kit, like or is that more aimed for professional or more professional users and they buy it pre-assembled basically?
The split is like 50-50, I would say.
Okay.
I would say, but you know, at that price range, I would say it is also a cost saving. Not that people do not think that much about. I want the kit experience of full assembled machine. That is completely different when you get to the like Core 1 class of the machine or the Mark 4S, which is still doing amazing.
Okay.
I still love that machine. You know, you can just easily pick it up and move everywhere.
That's cool. That's really cool. Do you have anything else that you want to tell us? I mean, my question is like, what brought you here? Why are you coming to the first time conference with some strange guy invited?
Let me think. Yeah, I'm here because you invited me. Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you. No,
I'm super happy that invite happened and that I can be here and meet and greet with you. You know, I do. As you spoke about the community, you know, I do between 20 to 40 events a year. I literally speak with thousands of people every year. And that feedback is incredibly important and amazing, and you know that is how we make our machines better.
So do you come back from every event and say like, hey, I talked to this, I talked to that team, come together, these are my thoughts, and they just write everything down?
No, that you have the feedback is like in multiple tiers. Obviously, if somebody finds a critical bug or something, then this happens. But mostly it's just like collecting. I would say it can be divided into like user experience things, you know, stuff we can update in firmware updates. You know, people obviously you get the machine out, and then after hearing the feedback, you know, you realize, yeah, there is a better way to do this. So if we can, we do it. And let's see, Mark 3 is like 7 years old, and it still gets firmware updates, right? And then you have like a different class of feedback and you have to read the tea leaves a little bit and like combine it with, you know, the deep research stuff we are doing in our development. And you turn that into like next generation products.
Yeah, cool. Congratulations on what you built up here. It's amazing to have you here, and I can't wait to hear more of that in the upcoming years. Hope you're coming back. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Josef Prusa, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.